This is the Eclipse 550, an aircraft that redefines what one can expect from a very light jet. Born out of the need to improve upon the 500 model and launched officially in 2013 by Eclipse Aerospace, the 550 was marketed as a twin-engine jet designed to be pilot-friendly, fuel-efficient, and affordable. This new model incorporates improvements in avionics, systems, and overall reliability over its predecessor. And with a top speed of 375 knots and a range of 1,125 nautical miles, the 550 sought to fill a gap in the market for short to medium-range travel with lower operational costs. One of its hallmark features is its highly advanced avionics system, featuring a fully integrated flight management system, synthetic vision, and auto-throttles. As a result, the 550 gained attention as one of the best and most affordable jets in its class, making private jet ownership accessible to a broader audience. Stay with us till the end of the video because here is everything you need to know about the Eclipse 550. The cabin is rather compact, a feature somewhat expected in the realm of light jets. It has a cabin height of 4.2 feet or 1.28 meters, a width of 4.6 feet or 1.38 meters, and a length of 12.3 feet or 3.75 meters. While these numbers may not sound extravagant, the efficient utilization of space ensures a comfortable flight for up to 4 passengers and a pilot. The 550 has seating for a total of 5 people. The seats are designed with ergonomic contours, and they can be easily adjusted. There is no berthable seat configuration, but this is typical for a jet in the light category. The leather finish adds a luxurious touch, while its firmness ensures a comfortable ride. The cabin aesthetic can be customized to suit individual tastes, with various options for leather upholstery, wood finishes, and lighting configurations. However, it's important to note that choices are limited compared to what's available in mid-size or larger business jets. Overall, the design philosophy leans more towards functional minimalism than opulent extravagance. The 550 doesn't come with a full-fledged in-flight entertainment system like those found in larger business jets. However, it does feature satellite communication options, and some units are customized with Wi-Fi capability, though this is generally an added feature. You won't find large screens or a broad selection of media at your disposal, but the offerings align with the aircraft's role as a short-haul light jet. The environmental control system ensures a maximum cabin altitude of 8,000 feet when cruising at its top altitude of 41,000 feet or 12,500 meters. Given its short to medium range, this makes for a relatively comfortable in-flight experience, mitigating common issues such as fatigue or headaches from poor pressurization. The 550 utilizes soundproofing materials to reduce cabin noise. At a cruising speed, the noise level inside the cabin is generally around 72 decibels, comparable to or slightly quieter than other light jets. The aircraft features an internal baggage capacity of 16 cubic feet or 453 liters, which is surprisingly ample for such a compact cabin, and can transport up to 120 pounds or 55 kilograms. Located in the rear of the cabin, this ensures that you can stow away carry-on items or smaller luggage pieces conveniently. However, large suitcases might be a challenge given the limited dimensions. While it isn't designed to carry large loads over long distances, the 550 is a capable plane for the typical business aviation flight of fewer than 2 people. Eclipse Aerospace's excellent QRA app makes weight and balance and performance calculations simple, and is also a great way to get to know the airplane's capabilities. The flight deck represents the pinnacle of avionics integration for this VLJ, and the IS&S avionics system is now a mature product that keeps getting better. That said, one feature that is still missing and not likely to appear soon is touchscreens. However, unlike many larger jets, the 550 is the perfect size for reaching out and touching a screen. The 2 IS&S standby display units may look like simple displays. One is standard, the second is optional. But they are truly standalone units independent of the PFDs and the even larger central MFD. The SDUs are driven by an independent third AHRS, and they also have their own ambient light sensors for dimming adjustments and their own magnetometer and air data sensors. Thus, no issue with the PFD or MFD affects the SDUs. What is immediately apparent when climbing into the 550 is the clean and uncluttered look of the cockpit. The side-stick flight controls open up the front office space and provide an unobstructed view of the panel. And where on bigger jets, the space between the front seats is crammed with FMS, CDUs, switches, and controls. The 550 has just a tidy console for the power levers, flaps lever, parking brake handle, and rudder trim. There is hardly any need for a keyboard. The IS&S avionics are controllable via soft keys, knobs, and buttons. But for those who insist on keying in data, keyboards pop out of a little tray just under each PFD. The right seat keyboard is optional. There is even a little cursor control device on the keyboard, but this device's functions are also available via the concentric knob on the bezel. A unique feature from IS and S is the expanding label on the displays. Select an item such as the heading or airspeed bug, then turn the knob to change the setting, and the bug enlarges to make it easy to see and obvious what changes are being made, which is a very useful feature that forces the pilot to acknowledge making the correct setting. A change in the 550's IS and S Avio 2.7 integrated flight management system is that the flight management system software runs inside the primary flight displays, instead of the multifunction display as in the 500's avionics. Each primary flight display also has its own GPS and antenna. In the 500, losing the multifunction display means that GPS input is also lost. But now you could lose two screens and still fly a coupled approach. With two FMSs, one in each primary flight display, the Avio 2.7 IFMs opens the door to RNP operations with 4D trajectories and aircrew authorization required approaches, down to 0.1 nautical mile precision. An electronic flight bag is fully integrated in the Avio FMS and makes carrying an iPad with charts almost completely redundant. Like some iPad EFB apps, IFMS allows the pilot to overlay approach charts onto the moving map in the correct orientation. Pilots can also create a hold at any waypoint and instruct the autopilot to fly the hold. Approach charts can be viewed in full too, with no panning needed, thanks to the large display size. Performance features on IFMS include takeoff and landing performance calculations, and there is also a capable weight and balance calculator. This mirrors the design of the Eclipse Quick Reference app's weight and balance function. Waypoints in the flight plan now show estimated fuel remaining, ETA, and speed. Most of the features on the 550 are available as an upgrade package on the 500, including the new windshields, anti-lock brakes, auto-throttles, and the latest Avio 2.7 IFMS cockpit. Owners of 500s who are upgrading are spending about $380,000 to $450,000 depending on which options they choose. Now let's talk about the anti-skid brake system. The anti-skid brake system switches on when the gear is down, although the pilot can turn the system off. The system consists of anti-skid controllers mounted in the wing root, an anti-skid computer, brake control module, and wheel speed transducers on the wheels. The system compares the wheel speed to GPS-based ground speed, so a solid GPS signal is required. At a wheel speed that is 85% of the jet's GPS ground speed, the anti-skid computer removes pressure from the brakes to keep the wheels from locking. This happens quickly and often, allowing overall braking action to continue until speed drops below 15 knots. Then the anti-skid system switches off. Each wheel can modulate independently to prevent one from skidding, which could otherwise happen if one wheel were hydroplaning or slipping on a paint stripe. Now let's talk about the auto-throttles. The thrust levers are driven by servos in the throttle quadrant and physically move along with auto-throttle commands. Any movement of the thrust levers by the pilot results in either the auto-throttles shutting off, which happens if the pilot holds the levers away from the set point for more than 5 seconds, or the levers returning to the commanded setting if the pilot lets them go after moving them for fewer than 5 seconds. The basic mode for the Eclipse auto-throttles is speed hold, which modulates thrust to maintain a desired speed. This is the mode used during cruise flight to lower the pilot's workload and maximize efficiency. Maximum continuous thrust mode is used after takeoff and after engaging the autopilot, which can't be done until 15 seconds after takeoff. While flying below 10,000 feet, or if it's necessary to level off temporarily, it's easy to set a limiting speed by pushing the Speed Select button, which syncs to the current airspeed, and the auto-throttles automatically adjust to maintain that speed. Otherwise, during climb, maximum continuous thrust is the default, and the auto-throttles maintain that power setting during level off and altitude capture. Speed hold is disabled when the landing gear is extended, flaps are placed in the landing position, or the autopilot is shut off. With the flaps and landing gear up, even with the auto-throttles and autopilot off, envelope speed protection remains available. For example, while hand-flying a circling approach before deploying gear and landing flaps, a pilot might get distracted and mistakenly raise the nose and not notice the airspeed dropping. As the Eclipse nears the stall speed, shown by a red line on the airspeed tape, a stall audio alert will sound, and then the auto-throttles will add maximum continuous power to prevent the stall. The pilot could override the auto-throttle speed protection by preventing them from advancing power, but then the stick pusher, part of the pitch servo, would lower the nose. If speed is too high, above 200 knots indicated airspeed, and takeoff flaps are selected, the auto-throttles will move the power levers back, and again this occurs even if the auto-throttles are switched off. While the autopilot can be used to fly a coupled approach, the auto-throttles disengage with gear and flaps down, so the pilot has to manage thrust during the approach. Now let's talk about the engine, performance specifications, and how it flies. The Eclipse 550 is powered by two Pratt & Whitney PW610F engines with a TBO of 3,500 hours, each producing 900 pounds of thrust at sea level. The aircraft requires 2,433 feet or 742 meters of runway to take off at sea level on a standard day. The engines allow a maximum rate of climb per minute of 2,640 feet or 805 meters, and a maximum cruising altitude of 41,000 feet or 12,500 meters. The plane has a maximum cruise speed of 375 knots, with an average hourly fuel burn of 55 gallons or 210 liters. The jet has a maximum range of 1,125 nautical miles, which is 1,300 miles or 2,100 kilometers, and a minimum landing distance of 2,790 feet or 850 meters, with a maximum takeoff weight of 6,000 pounds or 2,700 kilograms and a full fuel payload of 614 pounds or 278 kilograms. The base purchase price for a new Eclipse 550 is $3 million before options, and the charter price is estimated at $2,500 to $4,000 per hour. Naturally, prices will vary depending on availability, fuel prices, ground fees, and more. While the annual fixed cost is roughly $250,000 to $400,000, the average hourly operating cost is estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. Thank you for staying with us till the end. Here are 2 videos you can watch next. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.